Thanks, Timothy, and good afternoon, everyone. Let me start the sharing. Firstly, I will share about the overview of Swinburne, and then I will go into a few key programs that are popular among Malaysian students. Along the way, if you do have any question, just feel free to drop in the box. I will start with the video. I always like to play with video clip first because it is kind of start with the end in mind, featuring on students' graduation and some of the facilities as well. Timothy, you can hear the audio, right? The video?
Yes, can hear.
For Swinburne itself, in total, we have around 61,000 student population globally, in which approximate 20% are international students coming from 141 different countries. This is one of our key selling points, in which we have high numbers of local domestic students, whereby when the students studying abroad, they can take this opportunity to blend in and immerse into the culture along the way. In addition to that, in terms of student alumni, we have approximate 235,000 with students coming across 165 different countries. We started back in 1908 as a technical college and subsequently progressed into a university status. Sometimes you may come across an inquiry, parents will always ask, is Swinburne only offering IT or engineering program? The answer is no, because sometimes they are confused due to the name Swinburne of University Technology. We are embedding all the IT as our forte, and if you can take a look on our course syllabus and course structure, across from business, IT, health science, MediaCom, design, to many others, we have embedded quite a high components of digital learning along the way. Next, about the location, we slated on the east part of Melbourne, which require merely 10 to 15 minutes traveling by train from CBD, approximate 7 kilometers. The main campus is located in Hawthorne, and the other two campuses are meant for vocational program, Vatina and Croydon. Most of the international students will be studying at Hawthorne campus, except those applying for vocational program will be at the remaining two campuses. So in terms of location, I have the map here. You can see Hawthorne is located quite near to Richmond and Thorax. It is an upper second middle class suburb surrounded by many top private high schools. I would say it is a very conducive learning environment as well. So in addition to that, you can, let me flip back. Yeah. We are the only institution in Australia have a train station on campus. The train station is Grand Ferry Station. So the campus is surrounded by heaps of green, and the downtown Grand Ferry Road, you have all range of eateries, cafes, bank, supermarket, cinemas, and many others. It is very convenient for the students to move around. So this is the campus video clip. Besides the red building, here is students' accommodations. So we do have students' well-being support center and all this. This is where the location students study about foundation program, and you see it is cut through by the train line, and across here is for all the higher education program. Students are free to move around the campus. Okay, in terms of academic support, besides the academic support, we do provide others, including study and learning support as well. So the learning support, it will be include like guiding the students in terms of their coursework, project or assignment if they do require further support on that. For example, for the student taking a IT or engineering program, if they need any support regarding programming, mathematics, they can always approach the academic and learning support team. So in addition to that, all Swinburne students will have a free access to various types of software. Ranging from Adobe, you have about more than 20 different software programs in that, and Microsoft license as well. The uniqueness of Swinburne and why we are different. For all our bachelor degree program, we have a guaranteed industry exposure experience. It can be done through industry capstone project or placement or internship, depends on the program's nature. For example, nursing program students will have a embedded placement of 800 hours, whereby for business, design, computer science, and others, they have a high components on coursework and project as well. So the course syllabus, we work very closely with industry partner to understand what would be the current market trend and requirement. Therefore, we embed it into our course syllabus. This will help the students to be more equipped and ready when they are graduate and meet with the real career demands or environment. Innovative course content, outcome-based learning. As I mentioned earlier, we have a very high components of coursework project for each units or program, depending on which courses students are applying for. For example, Bachelor of Engineering, students will have 8 industry projects. Every project in each semester on top of the regular coursework and assignment. Flexible study options. Student has the flexibility to choose either 2 different major or 1 major and 1 co-major across other faculty as well. And of course, it depends on the program the students are choosing. For this arrangement, it has to be on direct entry. Students have minimum 3 years of study in Melbourne campus so that they have sufficient units to choose whatever different majors that they want to do. All these are the approach or the steps that we use to prepare the students to be ready for the future career. The student support centers that we are providing, apart from the career employability, I mentioned earlier, learning and academic support, health and well-being. So this is the next video clip to share with you how and where students can seek support if they need any help in their studies or during their study in Melbourne.
Hey, do you ever feel like you need a little bit of extra help while studying? Now you can get all the help that you need at the Success Hub. Let's go. The Success Hub is at the Hawthorne campus. Drop in to choose the learning support that will help you get the most out of your studies. Isn't that right, Scarlett?
Absolutely. I needed some help managing my study workload, so I've been having one-on-one sessions with a learning advisor. I'm currently studying a Bachelor of Education. I needed to brush up on my writing and maths skills. I've also improved my study-work balance and built routines to make my learning easier.
You can't forget about study groups. Join a study group to work with classmates on difficult problems, deepen your understanding about important ideas, and also make friends.
What about procrastination? Can someone help with that?
You bet. We can help you work through your goals and challenges, however big or small, and whether you prefer online or on-campus support. You can even join a weekly study session with us to keep you focused and accountable.
That's a lot of support to help you learn, and it's available for everyone. No appointment needed. So come on down to the Success Hub and get what you need to succeed.
Regarding the entry requirement, currently we are in the midst of updating and revising some of the entry requirement. So please bear with us. In certain circumstances, if you are unable to allocate the entry requirement in the website, please do let Timothy know, because we are still in the midst of updating all these entry requirement. So for foundation programs, right, for those students completing year 11, the minimum entry requirement is 70 mark or better. For SPM, 4 passes, IGCSE, 4 subjects, grade C credits. For those students that obtain SPM 5 credit, it will be auto-assessed for 20% scholarship. The same goes for IGCSE, 5 credits. For Unilink bridging, nowadays, not many Malaysian students will be required to do Unilink bridging, because most of our Bachelor of Design program no longer require prerequisite, except those with honors degree requirement, such as Bachelor of Interior Architecture honors degree, then it will require relevant prerequisite requirements. So for those students that applying using STPM, GPA 1.33, and for students using UEC C8 in 4 best subject, please note that these are the minimum entry requirement. For many different programs, they will have different entry requirement along the way. Yeah. So for Unilink Diploma, STPM GPA 2, UEC C7 in 4 best subjects, A-level 3E with UCAS calculation of 48 points, IBDP 20. So I put down the link for the entry requirement. You may refer to the website for more detailed information. So the next one is about bachelor degree. For bachelor degree, major in business, com science, design, arts, or psychological science. Yeah, STPM minimum requirement is 2.42. UEC 5 best subject B5. A-level 3D with UCAS calculation point of 72. IBDP 23 point. Foundation 70. So based on the for bachelor degree and master degree, once a student meet the entry requirement, direct entry requirement, it will be auto-assessed for 20% scholarship. Whereas for Bachelor of Engineering honors degree or Bachelor of Design Architecture or Bachelor of Design Interior Architecture or Industrial Design, the entry requirement will be slightly higher. STPM GPA 3, UEC B3 in 5 best subjects. A-level 3B with UCAS 120 point and foundation 80 point as a minimum entry requirement. So I have the UCAS calculation point. So for A-level, you take the 3 subjects, add up the UCAS calculation point. It will reflect on what would be the score like. The same goes for master degree. The scholarship is on auto assessment as well. The next intake for pathway, which is foundation, Unilink diploma, it will be on 22nd of June and follow with 19th of October. Last date of acceptance is 22nd of May and followed by 25th of September. In an event, if you happen to have any student decided want to accept the offer, maybe on the 23rd or 24th, please let Timothy know we need to request for late acceptance. The main reason is we would like to allow sufficient turnaround time for student visa application. Another thing to take note is for under 18 application, the acceptance date is fixed. Student cannot accept after this date. For bachelor degree and master degree, SEM 2 intake, it will be on the 3rd of August. The last date of acceptance is 3rd of July. The same thing apply. If you do happen to have any late acceptance, please let us know. We can appeal and request for late acceptance consideration, excluding under 18 cases. In terms of programs, why we have more than 100 different major. For Malaysian students, the key popular one is still business, design, including architecture, interior architecture, engineering, IT, media communications, health science. For nursing program, it is a quota-based program. 1 year for 2027 intake, first year entry, we have approximate 49 seats only. Now it is open for application. For those students who intend to apply for Bachelor of Nursing program, they will have to submit all the full documents, including meeting the IELTS requirement. Due to the quota-based program arrangement, there will not be any conditional being issued. Therefore, when the student applying for Bachelor of Nursing program, he or she will have to submit all the full application with all the relevant documentations. I'll go into the program of Bachelor of Business. For Bachelor of Business, it is accredited by AACSB and including CPA, Australia Computer Society, and many others, depending on the programs. For a 3 years generic degree, students are required to complete 300 credit points. In terms of subjects-wise, sometimes it can be 24 or 23 subjects, depending on the weightage of each individual subjects. We work very closely with many industry partners, including Oracle as well. So apart from the coursework project assignment, students always have the opportunity of being exposed to both components of theoretical and conceptual learning. For example, under this Bachelor of Business Analytics and Analysis, students will have the opportunity to use various software ranging from Power BI, Tableau, Visagi, and many others. This is a sample of industry third year project. Students actually work with industry partner. For example, for this coffee beans, My Bean Fix project, students in Melbourne actually work with a coffee farmer in Indonesia. So this is where students will be given the opportunity to explore and learn about the different continents' requirement, meet the real expectations set by the farmer as well. So during this project, students will have to work on the analysis for supply chain production issue, and then come up with a marketing collateral regarding the products, coffee products, and guide and propose to the coffee farmer in Indonesia, Java, on the entire product cycle presentation. Therefore, they have the opportunity to work, kind of working in a real life environment, understand what would be the expectations. In addition to that, we recently have a partnership with the Bloomberg, and we have a new Bloomberg Trading Lab. For those students that studying finance, the finance program, they will have the opportunity to use the Bloomberg Trading Lab to learn about the live tradings and all this. These are some of the unique features while studying business program at Swinburne. We rank #1 for graduate salary, according to the Good University Guide 2026. And also for the full-time employment opportunity, Graduate Outcome Survey 2022 to 2024. This is for design program. For design program, for Malaysian students, the common popular one is still interior architecture, communication design, UX design, motion design. These are very common and popular program among Malaysian students. And we rank #1 in overall learning experience back in 2025. Also, Swinburne is the first Adobe Creative Campus in Australia, whereby students will have the opportunities to use all the software in Adobe, approximate 20 different software on that. This is a photo lab, whereby students will do their fabrication of their products or project and then present it to the industry partner to showcase on the project and then do various presentation. This is a sample of critique sessions for architecture program, whereby students after design or concord their own artwork and then present it, do the fabrications and use a KUKA robot to print out the 3D design and then present it to a panel of industry partners. This is a very important session as we usually inform the student, because this is a good opportunity, a good time for the student to showcase themselves to the industry partner, because at the end of the day, industry partner will still be looking for a fresh graduate as a new employee and all those things along the way. This is another student alumni from Indonesia, Kenny. He won many different awards, including James Dyson Award for the mosquito trap that he designed. So these are some key selling points that why studying design program at Swinburne. Yeah, the 5-star overall student experience in Melbourne. So the next one is engineering program. For engineering program, it is accredited by Engineer Australia, have many different industry partners that we are working with, including Siemens and National Instruments. For engineering program, it will have a heavy components of work integrated learning projects. Yeah, for the program, we have it range from various major, from biomedical, civil, construction, electrical and electronic, mechanical, product design, robotic, software, and architecture. One thing I would like to highlight here is, if you happen to have any students from Sarawak campus studying Bachelor of Engineering, major in chemical engineering, intend to transfer to Melbourne campus, they cannot do so, because in Melbourne campus, we do not offer chemical engineering major. So this is a sample of biomedical engineering, whereby recently we have quite numbers of students that exploring this major. The key difference, apart from the generic programming electronic components, students will have to study anatomy for biomedical engineering. As for entry requirement, it is okay if they do not have biology. The next one is software engineering. Software engineering is obviously a popular course, especially for students coming from various, especially for those students coming from like transfer students, students that are coming from South Asia, or many Malaysian students that studying in our branch campus also prefer kind of like look into for this software engineering program. So from time to time, you may come across an inquiry, what's the difference between software engineering versus software development that we have this program in Bachelor of Computer Science. The key difference is, apart from the programming components, of course, the key difference is our student will be a critical engineer, and the duration will be 4 years for software engineering, and it focuses more on AI, software testing, and software design. as compared to software development, very much focused on network security features and consulting components. The program is 3 years duration and it is accredited by Australian Computer Society. This is of the program structure for Bachelor of Engineering. Students will have total 8 industry capstone projects throughout the durations of 4 years, 1 industry project per semester. In addition to that, students will have also 12 weeks work placement in the industry. This is a sample of SAE Formula One project done by the students, the photo on the right-hand side. And on top of that, students also will be working on a mentor-mentee program across their study in engineering program in Melbourne. So this is a sample of the project done by the students under mechanical engineering. After students design the car, they actually drive it and then to test it to see whether it is good enough or which area need to have further improvement in that. The uniqueness on top of the heavy components of coursework project and exposure to the real industry expectation, many of our senior lecturer also working as an external consultant with all the key company. Therefore, for this program itself, it also contribute to a very high employment rate of 89.2%. Most of the students graduate able to secure a full-time job within 4 months. So we rank number 1 in Victoria for graduate employability and salary. Yeah. This is a sample of industry partners that we are working with. There are still many more, including many Australian companies as well. For Bachelor of IT, the Bachelor of IT or Bachelor of Computer Science is accredited by the Australian Computer Society, and we work with many industry partners ranging from Oracle to Papercard software. One of the key features that I would like to focus on is Cisco Networking Academy. On top of the Cisco Networking Lab, which many students will use it on their daily learning process. On top of this, we do have a Cisco Networking Academy. The Cisco Networking Academy is a place whereby it provides training for the working adult in the IT industry. Therefore, it creates a good avenue and platform for the students to get to know and learn from these professional people. The key programs or popular programs among Malaysian students: AI, cybersecurity, data science, games development, software developments, and of course, including the information tech. So far at this moment, the demand for Internet of Things is still quite slow among Malaysian market. This is a sample of the majors that we are having and breakdown by the course unit credit point with total duration of 300 credit points. These are some sample of the industry partners that we are working with. So as mentioned earlier, this is one of the key features. In addition to that, every semester students will have a industry capstone projects. The next one is health science. Health science, the demand for health science is picking up, and we work with many organizations, including Royal Melbourne Hospital, the Royal Children's Hospital, and many others. The common popular program as at right now is still biomedical science, nutrition, AI, and digital health. Inquiry is picking up on that as well. So for this program, the students going into a first year study in Melbourne campus, they will have the opportunity to do 2 different majors concurrently if they would prefer. So these are sample of the career options for the health science. For Swinburne itself, right, we are the only university in Australia that have MRI and MEG lab on campus. And also we rank number 1 for graduate salary and also satisfaction. For Bachelor of Animations, if you have any inquiry about this program, always try to remember to ask your students whether the students have some interest or keen in storyboard writing or not. Because personally, I come across quite a number of Malaysian students, especially students from UEC group. They can draw very well. They can study animations with all the 2D, 3D graphics technique. They have all these things, but then many of them do not enjoy storyboard writing. It is very important for storyboard writing. They need to enjoy it because it is part of the course components for Bachelor of Animations. So the next one is games and interactivity. These all are common popular program among Malaysian students. I'm not going to run through all the 100 different majors. Along the way, if you do have or do require any further information, just feel free to contact Timothy. Apart from the academic components, we do provide many support, especially in terms of the career mentoring and all those things. So under the career and probability department, we always provide support for the students, like to help them to work through their resume, doing job matching, support students in their interview sessions, conduct various style soft skill training program. In addition to that, we have more than 80 different club and society. It is good to have the students to join the club society and take up some position. It will help to beautify their resume, also slowly to develop their leadership skill. Late Lab recently renovated. This is where on campus and students can use a facility 24/7. So in terms of accommodation, we do provide on-campus accommodation. It is only for 18 years old and above students. Yeah, the on-campus accommodation come with studio, 2-bedroom, 3 or 4-bedroom apartment. The allocation is based on first come, first serve basis. Although we do give priority on first year students, but it is still first come, first serve basis. Yeah, that's all for my sharing. Do you have any questions I can put in the chat box? I'm more than happy to answer that.
Thank you, Jane. If you guys have any other questions?
Oh, I think I have the QR code for the prospector. Give me a moment. Let me flip
Sure, no
over.
problem. Everyone here, please feel free to scan.
Yeah. So the 2027 prospector for undergraduate and postgraduate. So you may find that the new prospector, there will not be any tuition fee. The tuition fee is not included in the new prospector because by the time when we print this prospector, the fees are ready yet. So regarding the tuition fee, you can always refer to the website.
All right, thank you, Jane. Okay, any other questions? I think we can officially wrap up the session, Jane. Thank you so much for your time, Jane. Is it
Thank
okay if
you.
you can share the presentation slide as well?
I will need to work on it some because I need to convert. I will convert the file to you.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining in.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Have a good day ahead. Thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.